Hello again. This is taken from my round 9 final round game that we just completed this morning. I was playing against the Malaysian FM Lim Jordan. You can check out the whole game. It's on Chess24, many other websites that probably broadcast the game. I was truthfully largely strategically lost for most of this game. We've just taken the highlight from the last 10 or so moves of the game. So my opponent had in fact just played rook to f1, and in this position I started seeing tactical ideas. I mean, obviously strategically I'm doing very, very badly because white has an extremely strong rook on b6. If he gets to play to pawn to b4 and potentially go queen d2, queen b4, d6 will be very soft and b7 will be very soft. So here I have to do something really magical. So I'll let you guys have a little think what you might play here to try and generate some counterplay for black. But in the game, after a bit of a think, I play bishop takes h2 check first. He's obviously forced to take back the bishop, king h2. I play queen to e5 check. And now this is a very, very interesting position. It turns out that white has only one correct move. He actually chose the correct king h1. If he had in fact continued with king g1, I believe in this position bishop h3, which is similar to the game, actually gains in force because then pawn takes. And then after rook f3, a very, very nice blockading move, stopping the f1 from moving and white covering the second rank. Black is threatening a very slow but very, very strong attack. He's got several threats. One of them would be just rook h3 followed by queen h2. The other possible threat would be to go queen g5 check and then queen h4 and followed by crashing through on h3. So in this position, I believe he would be lost this. So in fact, he found a very nice idea. He obviously also saw this coming, so he played king to h1, which looks a little bit odd, because now when black sacrifices bishop takes h3, gh3, rook f3, you might think first of all, geez, that's even worse, right? I mean, the king's on h1, rook h3, he's now even come with check. It should be even more lost. But he has this fantastic resource, rook to g1, only chance, and now he's beginning at the beginnings of a long march with his king. So here it's quite clear. For example, there was a person who was analysing the game with us who suggested queen to f5, but unfortunately for me, after queen f5, white has a very adequate defence. Rook to g2, not bishop to f1, because that would allow rook to h3, bishop h3, queen h3 mate. But in fact, rook g2 would be a very, very strong defence. So in fact here, I played rook h3 check, which was good. King to g2. I'm obliged to, if I go queen h2 check, he will still run away with the king, so I want to give check with the king. King to f1. And in this position, once again, I'm a bit of a time trouble addict in this tournament. I had maybe 3 to 4 minutes at this point. Spending a lot of my time calculating. I played the very natural rook to f8. Which is a good move. Now, it's quite hard to defend this position, in fact, for him. He found a very, very good defense. He went queen e1, one of the good moves. The queen should go to e1 so that the king will be able to run from king to e2, king to d1 in one moment, as we will see. So here I played queen to f6, threatening to take on f2. He played king to e2, running. Rook takes f2 check, king d1. And all of a sudden, it looks like that white has found sanctuary. All of a sudden, the king has magically walked from h1 all the way across to d1, and it looks like I might be nearly lost here because he is, after all, still a piece up. But of course, I still have some extra pawns, so I started pushing, pawn to h4. He played rook takes b7, which is the correct move, and now I played h3. And in fact, in this moment, very briefly, I had maybe 30 couple of seconds. Briefly, I was very, very optimistic, but he found a very, very nice way to finish the game. Not to win, but there's a forced draw in this position. I'll let you guys have a little think once again, what should white do? So black's threat is, for example, h2, rook h1, and then, for example, just rook g2, and then if the queens are exchanged, then it'll be very hard to stop the h1 from promoting. So tick-tock. So white very quickly found this nice move. Queen takes f2. And after queen takes f2, well, in fact, we agree to draw here, but queen takes f2, rook g6 check, king to h8, rook h6 check. I have to come back king g8, rook g6, and he can just repeatedly check me from rook g6, rook h6. And that actually ended what was otherwise, I believe, a very, very entertaining finish to this game. Thank you for watching.